Yo, what it is, guys? Leon Mooky here, and I'm bringing you another My Thoughts video. This is going to be on that of the UA Traitor, focusing on chapter 335 and chapter 336, but mostly on 336 though. I want to basically talk about the review of the Traitor, the person that's actually been working with the League of Villains since the beginning of UA. And to be honest, we all at the end of chapter 335, it showed an image of Toru Hagakure, aka Invisible Girl, as it shows that many of us believe that she is a traitor, with it even going off on All For One saying that he has many friends, with the many friends going to Toru on the image, which would some people really believe that Toru was a traitor. Hell, even my girlfriend, White Fox, actually thought that Toru was the traitor, which would be interesting. It did throw a curveball to me, but, however, she is not the traitor, unfortunately. Turns out Hitokoshi Sensei just threw us a goddamn curveball, and turns out the real traitor is somebody she's been tailing the entire time. The traitor is part of Class 1A. The traitor is that of Yuga Aoyama. And all I want to say is, I fucking called it, bitch! Ha! And to be honest, I freaking knew Aoyama was somewhat sus throughout the entirety of My Hero Academia. And to be honest, he just seemed kind of off to me when I first thought. Not only that, given on what happened during season 3, and also on how he just started trying to be close friends with Izuku out of nowhere, it just seemed way too sudden to me. Especially both reading the manga and also watching it in the anime, it just didn't seem way too right. It felt like Aoyama was just trying his best to get closer and closer to Izuku. And it just made me think, is this guy the traitor? It has to be. That was basically my train of thought. Not only that, it also kind of makes sense now if you think about it. Given his quirk, for example, Naval Laser. I have to say it is one of the strongest quirks in Class 1A, but it also is one of the most self-destructive quirks as well, second to One For All when Izuku first started using it, to me, if I do say so. And now we know the reason why. Naval Laser was never Aoyama's quirk after all. Turns out he was quirkless just like Izuku. And personally, now I get it more on why Aoyama tried to be closer with Izuku, because they're both similar. They're both quirkless when they first started out. However, it also makes sense on why he got closer to him as well. And now, because he's the traitor, and because he was ordered by All For One. Turns out, Aoyama's parents basically made a deal with All For One to give their son a quirk so he can live his dream as a hero. Not only that, because he was quirkless, he basically suffered through the same thing that Izuku went through, persecution and rejection for just being quirkless, abnormally normal in a way. So yeah, but doing this actually backfired, turned Aoyama into that of a spy for the League of Villains and a traitor against UA. It also makes sense on how the League of Villains has always been able to get the jump on UA in Class 1A as well, with Aoyama giving out details for the USJ, he also giving the location of the summer camp and all that as well, basically proving that he has betrayed everyone. But again, it's against his will. His parents have basically been telling him to follow All For One's orders from the very beginning. However, Aoyama wasn't always doing this willingly. Turns out Aoyama's been doing this out of blackmail in fear. Mostly, he's afraid on what All For One could do to his parents, as they're also terrified on what All For One can do to them as well, and worried for their child more than anything. But for Aoyama's perspective, he's not just terrified for his parents. He's terrified on losing everyone in Class 1A's trust, losing the trust of the people he truly cares about now, especially on Izuku as well. And plus, it wasn't just Toru who was worried about Aoyama. Ever since the war arc, Aoyama has barely smiled since then. And it's even gotten worse ever since Izuku came back. And Izuku has also noticed this as well and was worried for his friend. And now he found out the truth. The truth that Aoyama has betrayed them and was the one who has basically given information to the League of Villains from the very jump. So yeah, it's gone. However, Izuku doesn't truly blame Aoyama for everything, as he knows that Aoyama is suffering. With that, Aoyama says the very thing he hates, that he is a scumbag of a villain. With that, the chapter ends. And oh my god, I can't believe it, I was fucking right! Ha! But in all seriousness, I have to say, this is going to be quite the most emotional remaining chapters of MHA until the end. And also knowing Izuku, we already know that our favorite Greenette protagonist is going to save Aoyama. He's going to forgive him anyway, as we already know that Izuku and Aoyama became friends through to a relation of their quirks, due to them being self-destructive after all. But now that knowing that Aoyama was actually quirkless just like him, it actually makes things way much more relatable for Izuku now. And we already know that he plans on trying to save Shigaraki from All For One. So it only makes sense that he's going to do the same to Aoyama. So, even so, let's see how things play out in next week's chapter, and I'm really looking forward to when everybody else's reactions too, besides just Toru and Izuku's reaction finding out Aoyama's the traitor. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And how did you guys basically take the news of Aoyama being a traitor instead of Toru instead? Were you guys surprised? Were you guys not surprised? Were you guys basically skeptic? Or did you guys already knew that Aoyama was a traitor just like I did? So, with all that said, please like and subscribe, and please hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos when I upload. It really helps out the channel a lot. And check out my Discord and my gaming channel if you guys feel like it. So, with all that said, this is Mooky, signing out. Later, guys, and have a good day.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell, and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!